I'm just sharing what I feel. That's all. Hi everyone! I am going to be doing some serious canning. I haven't canned in years. I haven't canned in many years. Let me see. It's been like almost 2 decades I haven't canned. But I've done some canning, but I mean like seriously canning, it's been a long time. So, because I won some ribbons, I was awarded some ribbons. It was one that I made, it was like some kind of pineapple compote or conserve, I think it was a conserve, it was a pineapple pear, and it won best of class and best of division, and I was shocked. But I was serious about canning at one time. I just enjoyed it. It was a hobby, and I learned so much. And I even got the specs for how to can for the state, because if you choose to do like a cottage license and go to the farmer's market and you take your goods, you have to pass this make sure that your place is sanitized and clean and it's suitable for canning. So, on that note, I'm going to share a little bit about canning. And first of all, I got to tell you, it's a whole different world. It's where, like if you go get your canned goods and you'll see, I mean, it's like turning your whole world kind of like upside down. It's cooking plus. First and foremost, and I wanted to make sure that I stress this, that you need to sanitize. You need to sanitize your kitchen. Get a bucket, a little bit of bleach, and or whatever sanitizer you use. Of course, I'm always for the organic, but nothing beats a good sanitizing. You need to wash down everything. Your sink, the area that you're going to use, your counters. You want to just sanitize the dickens out of your stove, your everything, because one little dust particle can mess up your canning. Yeah, because your canning should last you up to a year. And my mother used to can, and that was her favorite pastime. And then she kind of stopped, but she never stopped canning cactus. She kind of brought the American cuisine with her Mexican cuisine, and she canned nopales. So I always enjoyed watching my mom can. It was her favorite pastime, and I guess I'm gonna try to make it mine again, since I did can for 3 years straight. And anyways, so hopefully I'm gonna do several things. I think I'm going to do a pineapple salsa or chutney, a spicy pineapple chutney. I'm going to do a blackberry compote or a blackberry conserve. Or maybe, I don't know what I'm going to do with or maybe just a blackberry or some kind of blackberry, blueberry kind of jam spread and add some liqueur to that. And but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and do the salsa. And I showed you how to do some salsa, but I did a couple different, a variety of salsas. Right now I'm going to do the, I have a smoky salsa. Basically what I did was grill those, which I've shown you before. And then I'm going to do a not so, this is jalapeno and this is serrano. And so the main thing when you are starting to can, you want to basically get a good canning preserves book. And this is like my favorite that I've used for years. Sensational Preserves. And I learned from that. I didn't learn in school. I learned from watching my mom, and I also learned from just experience and just having my moment. It's very meditative, it's fun, but it's very tedious, and but you have to really think about what kind of flavors you want to incorporate. What are you going to use it for? Are you going to use it for gifts, or just have fun and enjoy it? And I took my my canning a little serious, so. And then I started taking them to the state fair. So I have different kinds of canning jars that I have purchased. I like the balls, the ball jars. I like the curd jars. I like the curd jars, and I like the mason jars. Those are my favorite jars. I'm going to put this aside for right now, because I'm not going to need all those jars. And so I basically sanitized my jars. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to remove them. Actually, you want to get your station together, everything together, because it's kind of, like I said, it's tedious, and it's a little bit of work, but I'm going to tell you the results after you do your canning, the rewards of having your cabinets filled with canning jars, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove one of these cabinets and just put my canning jars because I enjoy it. I actually enjoy it, and it would be a good hobby. Give me something to do, and then who knows where we go from here, right? So you take your jars. I boiled them for about a good half hour after you thoroughly wash your jars. Wash them with a good soap and disinfectant soap. And then wash them. I put a little bit of bleach. I want them completely sanitized because you don't want your stuff to get browned and ugly and icky. So there you have it. And so if you're going to use water in any of your canning goods, make sure you have distilled water. What else can I tell you? Make sure your towels, these are a little stained, but they're actually very clean and they're safe. Get some old towels that you could use to wipe down the top. And if you're going to, and I've expressed this before, if you're going to put them in like a state fair, just kind of follow what their regulations are, and they'll give you, ask them to give you the specs of what you'll be judged off. And so a lot of, it should be a quarter to a half inch away from the lid. So I usually can up to here. So make sure your hands are clean, very clean. And so I'm going to go ahead and do my salsa. And here we go. So I basically charred my tomatoes.
Base Camp is throwing the biggest back-to-school party in northern Nevada with one of the biggest DJs
Yikes.
in the world, Gorgeous.
So what was I saying? I basically did was added a little bit of water. I have serranos, I have garlic, I have a couple of onions, tomatoes, rule of thumb. I don't know how many tomatoes I have there, but right now they're perfect in season. And I'm going to add some cilantro to that. So I'm just going to take a bunch of cilantro here. Try to remove as much stems as possible because who knows, maybe I'll put these in my next, we'll see. So, and I want to remove that. And I want to take, I'm going to take some water. And I want to make sure that these are free of any elements. And you know, when you're doing fruit or any kind of like a fruit jam, rule of thumb is you really don't want to wash out your fruit, but because there's so many elements in this world, I would, because you know, in the air, like dust. So I would definitely rinse them out and dry them out as much as I could, because a lot of the, for example, your conserve, you're going to need to have dry fruit. I might just do a conserve. I don't know. I like chutneys. I'm looking at my pineapple over there and I'm saying, baby, you need to be a chutney. And this will give me a chance to kind of see some of the things that I wanted to learn that I didn't get a chance to learn. I'm going to learn. So, anyways, right? We're here to learn, right? Yeah, we're not just cooking just because, you know, we want to cook and hurry up and cook. You know, cooking is a process and it's a teaching opportunity and all that wonderful stuff. Okay, so my cilantro, I took all the stems out because I really want this, squeeze all that extra water out. And I'm not going to put too much. And I'm going to, actually, I want to make sure, because sometimes judges or other people do not like cilantro. I love it, as you know. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my lime. My lime is going to act as a preserver. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple of these videos. These are small lines, so I may add some more. And of course, you better have your mug of coffee. Coffee makes me happy, so I'm going to have some coffee while I can. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some cilantro. This cilantro, oh, I hope you can find, oh God, just making my nose happy. A little bit of pepper, just a little. just does that. Something to it. Just a little pinch of salt because I already add some salt in there when I cooked it. So when I cooked it, I added some salt with my salsa. Oh, and I have some plums. I'm going to be trying to figure out what I want to do with those plums. I even thought about wine, but that's okay. Now I'm going to taste this. And it's essential that you taste it before actually putting it in the, before you actually put it in the jar. Make sure you taste. Yeah. And that way you can, and you want to look at the texture of it. I'm going to scoop some out. And if I get it without having to take that apart. Oh, that's nice. See how that's nice? It's nice and thick. And then spoon. This is not like, you can't taste it and put it back in there. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Tomatoes are sweet. Oh, that's delicious. Now I'm gonna think like a judge here. Where would I put these on? I'd put these on fried eggs. You have to think like a judge. Don't think. You're supposed to drink water before you try these. I have coffee in my mouth. Okay, needs a little bit more acidity in it. I'm thinking. I don't want to put any more cilantro. It's got like just enough to have that hint. And that's basically what you want to do. I'm going to mix this up. You don't want to change the consistency too much. Actually, I'm going to put just a little bit more salt. Because what salt does is it's going to bind those flavors. And you really want that salsa to stand out. And you want folks to say, that's good. With another tip, if you're going to enter your preserves, I entered pineapple and pear because pear was 6 months before it would have been judged. So it was like a fall fruit, and plus I was able to get a pineapple from another source, and which is out of the country, because certain things grow in certain regions at certain times, right? So that was something that I thought about also while entering my preserves. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. My mouth is starting to get a little Little bit. Okay. Oh yeah. And you can taste the pepper in there. The comino. Not too much salt. I'm thinking, should I put some more salt? You know, I probably want to put just a little bit more salt. And I didn't put too much while I cooked it. The best thing to do is add your salt while cooking because it'll disintegrate. It'll, you know, dissolve in the cooking. Alrighty, I think that's it. I think I'm going to leave it as it. So, as you see, it's more than just canning, just slapping stuff together. It's like you want to make sure. And the salt's going to preserve. You want to make sure. Oh, got a little bite. You want to make sure that. Oh, that's good. So, and the salt's going to preserve. You want to make sure that that everything is going to be delicious. That you have a nice balanced flavor going on. So I'm going to go ahead, put that in there in my salsa jars. And you might want to keep these for yourself. Okay, that didn't make it. So that didn't make it. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to take another jar, which will be my, I'll use as my sample jar. Okay, I have an extra one of these odd ones, and then that should work. Okay, this is going to be now I'm going to have to try to find these. So I have, okay, I'm going to heat these up. And what I'm doing in cooking these with a little bit of water, I'm melting the seal. My mom, that's what my mom taught me, so. Yeah. So you want to melt it, you want to make it nice and hot so that the seal, it'll seal. See, I have all these lids. It's fun. You guys have to try this. This is so much fun. Canning is like a whole different level. It's preserving. America's favorite pastime. Mom canned. So passing now, I canned, and now I'm passing down the tradition of canning. It's really fun. And you can make mincemeat. Oh, you can make all kinds of goodies. I think I really want to get into canning this year. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I think it'll be fun. I enjoy canning and I enjoy doing it, so yeah, it'll be really fun to do. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to that because I'm going to be sealing up. Oh, and when you're using water, do not get hot water unless you have a good solid filtration system. There's lead, because our water gets heated and it goes through heating elements, and it goes through heating elements through you know, the copper wiring and the pipes, it goes through a lot of heating elements. So cold water is best because you're not adding any lead to your you're not adding any lead to your water, because hot water contains lead in it. So try to use cold water as much as possible, except for, and I even use cold water, and sometimes you can see I let it boil for a while, the water, to get out all the hard stuff, and then you don't want your jars to end up looking like, funky. Oh, I have two. So, I know I sound like I'm rambling, but I'm really trying to think this thing out. You don't want your jars to look like, okay, you just don't want your jars to get that water stuff around it. Oh, water stuff. I want that to happen. Make sure that my jars are perfectly even. Okay. Alrighty. I have a Kurz, and I have a Kurz lid here I want to use, but it doesn't have Kurz on it. So I used to have, if you ever get a chance to get a Kurz lid, you're like, I think it's wonderful if you can get a Kurz lid. I'm going to use a gold one. No, I think I'm going to stick with the same color as much as possible, okay? I'm going to heat that up. Okay, so, and if you heat them and you don't use them, you can always reheat them. So I'm going to go ahead and take my hot lid here. Okay, dry it off. And usually this mixture will be hot, but because I'm going to be boiling it in there for a good long time, it's going to be okay. Okay, where's my other lid here? So I didn't really have to wipe these, but usually with jam you do. Okay, and you want to seal it tight. Actually, you know what? Let me redo this. I have to redo it. Simply because I almost forgot to tell you a crucial part. I'm going to take a stick. Okay? And you want to make sure all your bubbles are out.